Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Kevin Handlin, and I go by Spire on Nugget Bridge and Twitter. And you're coming back to Spire to the Sky, which is my VGC 2016 laddering series. We're going to be hopping on Battle Spot in just a bit. However, I wanted to talk a little bit about, first off, basically a couple pieces of news about the channel. The reason why it's taken me such a long time to upload is because I've been moving for the past week, and following that, played a very, very important show with Dreadnought. We actually, we played it at a small theater that we got invited back to for the second time, and it's called the Bluebird. It's here in Denver, and it was really flattering because the bill that we got put on is a very, very big deal. This band came over from the UK, and so the week following my move, I focused on, you know, making sure that that show would go well, and it did, and it was fantastic, and we secured a really good repertoire with, you know, one of the largest booking agencies in Denver, one of the two, and that feels really good. And between making sure that that show went well, I've also been practicing with the team that I'm going to be using in the Sinnoh Classic. We're of course going to be featuring some of those battles on the channel, hopefully the whole thing. I'm kind of thinking of just putting the whole thing up on the channel. Of course I'm going to be using that Follow Me War Turtle because it's legal in that tournament, so that's really, really exciting. I'm still ironing out the details of the team. I definitely am going to have a dragon. I can't decide whether it's going to be Garchomp or Salamence. I definitely am also going to have a fire type. And that's between Entei and Blaziken, which I think are the two best fire types in the format right now. And then I need to have a really solid response to rain. That's been a bit of a struggle, and I really need to figure out a good response to Trick Room as well. I mean, War Turtle's a pretty well built-in response to Trick Room, but yeah, I'm just ironing out the details to my team, and I mean, I'm not set to, like, prove, like, oh, War Turtle's the best or anything. I'm just really excited to be able to play with it in a format. It's kind of like the same attitude that I go into for, like, the first few premiere challenges of a format. You should really just be focusing on having fun, and that's definitely going to be the point of something like this where the stakes are really low. And without further ado, we can go ahead and talk about the team that I'm using. So I wanted to do something super fresh, and what better way to do it than to use 6 Pokemon that you guys haven't seen on my channel yet. So there's this new team going around called X-Ray. A fellow won, I think it was Italian Nationals with it, yeah. So this is a variation of this team won Italian Nationals. It's basically the combination of Xerneas and Rayquaza. And a lot of people are focusing on getting, like, a lot of redirection on the team. A lot of people are focusing on getting a lot of fake-out pressure on the team. And mine is kind of like, as you can see, like, a little bit of all of that. I really like having the, like, dual fake-out pressure with Smeargle and Weavile. Weavile having the fastest fake-out in the game. And I really like the one of the biggest threats in the initial Big Six was Smeargle Xerneas, and it's still very much something to be reckoned with. It's something that all teams have to build to prepare for. And in addition to that, I've built a team around kind of like the shortcomings of my Rayquaza, in that, like, Rayquaza definitely has 4 move syndrome, or 4 move slot syndrome, which basically means that you want to have, like, 5 moves on it at all times. Those 5 moves being Dragon Ascent, Extreme Speed, Overheat, Waterfall, and Draco Meteor, and sometimes Protect. And I'm running Overheat, Extreme Speed, Dragon Ascent, and Protect. I have seen some people using Assault Vest on their Rayquaza. I haven't really nailed that set down, and so it's not something that I want to mess with, and so I delegated Waterfall to my Gyarados, and that's actually been a really, really great support Pokemon in testing. So, yeah, I've definitely been like laddering with this team on Showdown, and it's been a blast. So I'm just gonna hop in. Let's do some battles, guys. The other thing that I haven't mentioned yet about on this team is Landorus Therian. I put it on the team because there seem to be like certain teams that just have a really hard time handling Landorus. One of the things that really, really threatens this team is Mawile. It can really chunk out Xerneas and Rayquaza, and so it really doesn't like to see a Landorus on the opposing team, and if you give it a choice band, then, you know, Mawile has a really, really hard time dealing with it, and it can take it out with an Earthquake, and so we like having Landorus on this team specifically for teams with Mawile. And then Gyarados has actually been doing really, really well against Dual Primal and Big 6 teams, so I've been happy with that. One of my favorite leads right now is Xerneas and Weavile. Yeah, I don't know. I've been teaming this team so much. There is definitely, like, for a while I was running a oh, okay. So we're gonna go up against Jim Blaze. It looks like he's a fan of Marcus Statter's channel, and he's using Groudon Yveltal team. So that's neat. I think I will, speaking of Xerneas, Weavile, I'll go ahead and lead Xerneas and Weavile. I like his little Smeargle option, that's really neat. Weavile's really great against a huge chunk of the scene, honestly. Luckily, we have switched, when I say switched, let me just clarify, we're running a modest Xerneas, so there's not a way that I've figured out for Yveltal to live a Dazzling Gleam from a modest Xerneas. It's really, really difficult. I mean, other than like a Focus Sash, but I think based on their team, they don't have a Focus Sash on their Yveltal. We're gonna bring Rayquaza and what looks good here? Well, Landorus is gonna die to a foul play if we bring it on an Yveltal to battle. Smeargle looks okay, but he's got a safeguard option, so that kinda foils any plans we would have for Dark Void, so I think we'll go with Gyarados. If we can hit that Groudon with a Waterfall, that'll be really cool. We're actually running a support set on this Gyarados. It's adamant and very, very bulky, and I've set it so that it can take a lot of special damage. It's got Icy Wind and Thunder Wave, so it's a huge form of speed control, and it looks like our leads were perfect. So the only thing that I'm really, really scared about with this lead is well, okay, let me. The only thing that would really significantly set me behind. Nah, I think we're safe. I'm just gonna go for a Geomancy and a knockoff. If he fakes out my Weavile, then he breaks our Sash and we get a Geomancy up. If he double fake outs, then yeah, he just double fake outs. Alright, so okay, so he's, oh, that's an interesting choice. Full paralysis. Okay. So if I'm my opponent here, I now will proceed to Thunder Wave Xerneas and take out. Ugh, this is a little bad. Gosh, I should have faked out. That was a bad call. I'll go ahead and switch in Gyarados here and go for a knockoff, hoping that this is a power-up punch, Kangaskhan. Yeah, I should have gone for Fake Out. I got a little cocky. once again, guys, new to this team, so I'm really excited to be using Gyarados. Actually, it's been doing pretty okay and holding its own on the showdown ladder. So, yeah, as expected, he goes ahead and goes for a Thunder Wave. I think we've got Citrus Berry on this Gyarados. So, yeah, we do. Okay, so he goes for Power Punch on my Weavile, and we should be able to live that after the... Oh, please tell me we can live that. Oh, we don't live that. Okay. So I think this game's kind of hosed for me right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to come back with some things. Oh man, this is so over. I'll go ahead and Icy Wind and Protect. I've been thinking about putting Lumberry on this Gyarados just because the Citrus Berry isn't necessarily like winning me games or anything. It's just it's a nice little how do I put this? It's a nice little addition to the bulk that we can run. So hopefully we get this Icy Wind off. Okay, and we do. Okay, lovely. Ah, he is also running Double Edge Power Up. Okay, so the thing that we needed to hit, we didn't. So that really sucks. I really just wanted to break a Sash on that Meowstic, but now we can't do that, so I'll go ahead and Thunder Wave this Kangaskhan and go for an Extreme Speed on the Meowstic and hope for the best. This game went really poorly. I should have faked out in the first turn, and I didn't, and I apologize, guys. It's amateur hour over here. Obviously, I am a little out of form, so thanks for bearing with me. And, oh, that's mean. Okay, yeah, I think we're just going to forfeit after this round. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. Getting out of this while we're ahead. Jeez. Okay. Obviously not too concerned about my rating right now. Once again, this is part of like a 3-month test window until October when I'm going to be going to Arizona Regionals. So, no pressure. However, it would be really awesome to make it to the proverbial sky, right? So let's go ahead and do another battle. Yeah, we just got bodied. That was not nice. That was not nice at all. Okie dokie. Next time when we see a Meowstic, we're gonna go ahead and bring a we're gonna bring Landorus. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's call it a plan, guys. Oh, okay, so this guy's just starting out on the ladder. That's awesome. And it looks like he is utilizing a Rayquaza and, oh man, Landorus is looking great here. Yeah, so he's got a Rayquaza and, Ho-Oh team with what looks like a Mega Gengar option, which is really interesting. I am really liking the Rayquaza Landorus lead. I think that looks nice. We might go Smeargle Landorus, maybe? Nah, he's got that Whimsicott. We don't want to do that. We could, however, could go Weavile Landorus. Weavile actually threatens like a lot of this team. I can hit 3 of the teammates super effectively. And then Rayquaza and Xerneas in the back? Does that sound good? That sounds great. Let's call it lunch, guys. I think, yeah. Let's do it. Alright, you me, Nico. You me. Let's do it. Oh, man, it's good to be back on the ladder. I'm just gonna say, it's been a long time since I've gotten on Battle Spot, like a week and a half, just like 3 years in Pokemon time. So, yeah, okay. I think I definitely outspeed this Ho-Oh. So I'll go ahead and go for the really obvious Rock Slide Fake Out play. That was gonna be the plan the whole time, and yeah, we're doing it. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Do not want a Tailwind to go up. Do not want a Whimsicott to do dumb stuff. Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe he brings in his Rayquaza here. He brings in his Ferrothorn here. Okay. So I think what we're going to do on this upcoming turn is we're just going to go ahead and... I think this is going to do a lot of damage to that Whimsicott. Yeah, it is. Okay. I kind of want to switch out into Rayquaza to maintain my Intimidate pressure. Because his entire team's very, very physical. I'm assuming that he has Rayquaza in the back rather than Gengar. And we will go ahead and Icicle Crash this Whimsicott. I think he really wants to get Tailwind up, honestly. However, it won't necessarily put him in a good position against Rayquaza with a Ferrothorn out on the field. So, oh, that's interesting. That's not something you see every day. I thought for sure he would go for like an Encore into my Fake Out, or... Okay, well, cool. Maybe, I mean, this guy definitely has things on his team that are good for the format. I think maybe he's just trying some experiments. Alright, so we see a Leech Seed come out, and that's fine. So I think if I have learned anything about Ho-Oh, that it's probably going to be a leftover set, so I'm thinking of knocking it off and going for a Dragon Ascent this next turn. I'm not too worried about what the Ferrothorn can do in this turn. I think in this turn, what you do if you're Ferrothorn is you either Leech Seed my Weavile, or you go for a Protect. And so, I mean, like, my win condition right now is to get into a situation where I can overheat that Ferrothorn. One of the things that's really, really cool about this team that I've been enjoying is that I don't have to pick a Mega. And I still get to have all my offensive pressure. So, yeah, this guy's in a really bad position. He has no speed control. Maybe we see a Protect from Ho-Oh here, and that's not really something that we're going to struggle to come back from, because what he really wants is a free switch into his Rayquaza so that he can get Delta Stream up. Okay, cool. So I think we're just going to take out this Ho-Oh. Things are looking solid. I don't know if it can... Yeah, I mean, this is the most powerful single target move in the game. So, yep, there it goes. Bye-bye. Alright, cool. Good talk. So, maybe a Gyro Ball into my Rayquaza? That might take it out, actually. With the Life Orb and the Leech Seed and all that stuff. And that's fine. Because he's got his Rayquaza in the back, our Focus Sash is still intact, his Leech Seed is gone. And, oh. Yeah. Yeah, let's just... Can we do this, guys? Oh my god, it's Swampert. That's even better. Okay. So I think I will go ahead and kind of just want to knock off the Swampert and U-turn. I'll do that. I don't think this is a Choice Scarf Swampert, so... Oh, it's a Mega! Ah, hey, how you doing, buddy? Long time no see. Drinks later? Drinks later. Okay, word. So this knockoff's not gonna do as much as I would have hoped. However, it does a decent little bit. And, I mean, we've got him intimidated. So, it's looking okay. It's looking okay. I think he's mostly gonna be focusing on... I mean, honestly, I'm feeling really good about just Landorus cleaning up this game. So I don't mind losing my Xerneas. This kind of feels like battling one of those old-fashioned, let's see here. I think I will go for a Mound Blast on the Swampert and maintain some fake out pressure. And get another Intimidate up. Oh man, this poor guy. I mean, this poor guy. He's just getting, like, intimidated into oblivion. Cool. So we got our Wink on, which is great. We're just gonna superpower this here for Rawthorn. And this is fine. I should be able to do this easily. Oh, we got a crit. Very, very pretty crit. We'll go ahead and Moonblast this Ferrothorn, and we will superpower the, I think we'll superpower the Ferrothorn. That sounds like a great idea. And as you can see, Xerneas is slower than my Landorus, and this is actually a great thing to see. I like seeing that. Yeah, Landorus already doing some work. So I think that's 2 battles. I think we're looking at 22 minutes. I want to thank PROTODOME and Kubbi and Robert Ellis, composer for the Treasure Adventure game, and also Tony Lays and Stig. We got the whole mix today. I want to thank all those fellows for letting us use their music. True joy to the channel. And I also kind of want to spice it up a little bit. I'm not going to ask you to subscribe. I'm not going to ask you to like my video. But what I am going to ask is, if you've been enjoying today's video, I want to know who you think the MVP was in today's episode. Personally, I think Weavile was awesome, but maybe you have a different opinion. Maybe you think Rayquaza's doing a really cool job. Maybe you think Landorus was like, oh, check out all that Intimidate magic. Which I agree. I mean, it's neat to have, like, something that I used for such a long time in VGC 2015, granted with a Choice Scarf instead of a Choice Band, in, like, such a slow meta where it gets to just kind of be faster and stuff. So, yeah, chime in, let me know what you think of the team, let me know who you think the MVP is, and I had a blast recording this for you guys. We got 1 win and 1 loss today, so that should put us shortly under the 1600s. Probably we're looking at like 1570, 1575. And yeah, it was really cool. Glad to be back. Look for my Sinnoh Classic stuff. We're going to be doing more VGC 2016. And yeah, guys, stick around. Stay tuned.